Hey everyone, good morning or good afternoon, depending on what coast you're tuning in from today. My name is Lisa. I am with PhotoDay, and Wes is also with me today. He's moderating the chat room. So welcome, welcome. And we'll just wait to see everyone filter in the room and let's get started. But in the meantime, why don't you guys give me a shout out? Let me know who's here. I see people entering the room now. Just want to make sure who's here tuning in today. And maybe let me know if you're new to PhotoDay, if you've tried it yet, what you're hoping to learn today. This is all about going beyond with PhotoDay for this spring season. So it is an introductory webinar. So we will be going over some basic things on why you should be considering PhotoDay. And then hopefully that inspires you and gives you some ideas on how you can make it work best for your studio this spring if you're just test driving it, or if you are using it and looking at to pick up some more pointers here today. And then also I will be diving into the studio panel to show you how to get set up and going on a couple different things. Hey Gary, how are you? Welcome, welcome. So a couple housekeeping things. So as I'm talking, there is probably about a 10-second delay on the chat window. So I don't see your chat pop up right away. I'm not ignoring you. It's just that there's that little delay going on there. And then Wes is there too to make sure I don't skip anybody if you guys get questions as we go along today. So excited to show this to you. And I got some construction going on outside of the office right now, so I apologize in advance if it gets a little crazy loud. I got my AirPods in, so hopefully we won't have much interference today. So welcome, welcome. You guys new? Hey Bonnie, how are you? All right, so let's get started. And Elena, hi. All right, cool. Some new names in here. I haven't seen you guys before, so nice to meet you. I am Lisa with PhotoDay. All right, cool. So let's get started. So what is this all about, right? So if you could change one thing about the way you do business today, whether it's workflow, whether it's how you communicate with your customers, whether it's the products you sell, anything like that, what would that one thing be that you change? And the reason why we start this off this way, this type of webinar, is to really think about like how we can utilize PhotoDay as a tool to help you change that one thing. There are so many different things that PhotoDay can do for you as a workflow solution, as a commerce solution, to help you make life easier, especially coming in the season here. So that is what we're going to talk about today. So what is PhotoDay? Here's the basic overview of what we are all about. We are a paperless system. We are automatic. We're using all that data because we are paperless, and because we brought it online. We're using all of that to help you manage everything that you do, those tedious tasks that you do in the studio. We'll go into detail as we go along here. We're a totally mobile solution, and believe it or not, and here's some fun facts here, in all of PhotoDay, 87% of the orders that are happening on a mobile device. So it's very important that that mobile experience is where it's at, not just for mobile marketing and mobile sales, but for the customer experience on a mobile device. With all of that filtering through in this online world, we can get smarter about what we do, how we sell products, how we arrange packages, the specials, and the incentives that we constantly run to make sure that people are purchasing in a timely manner, as well as directing them to higher sales. And then that all makes us more profitable because we're not doing this stuff so much manually anymore. We're fully utilizing the technology that PhotoDay has to offer to make those things easier for you. So why online? This is why you have to be considering going online. I mean, it is, I'm going to be real honest here and upfront. Going online, if you're used to doing a traditional workflow and you've structured everything around that traditional paper form, putting those paper forms online doesn't really translate well. So there's a different sales and marketing strategy that goes along with moving your business online to make sure that you are successful. But the reason why you should be considering going online is because of the US adults between the ages of 30 and 49 own a cell phone. And why is that number important? 92% of those own a smartphone, but the age range right there of US adults between 30 and 49, those are the most common age of your parents, your customers that are ordering from you, because they have school-age children between the ages of 5 and 17. So that's what makes those parents, that demographic that we're looking at, getting a little detailed here into the analytics, but that is who we want to appeal to, and they live on their smartphones. So the concern, what if somebody doesn't have a smartphone, or, what if they don't have access? That is a very, very small number to care about. So we want to care more about the majority of the population, the majority of your demographic that you're marketing to, and develop a strategy that works for them. We can always work with those other people that may not fit into that smaller percentage one-to-one, but the vast majority are going to fit where you need them to be. So it is all about marketing online. And one of the things we do at PhotoDay is we use text messaging, as we call SMS, but text messaging is where it's at. That's how they connect to your gallery, because they are mobile and they are living on those smartphones. They are going to check their text messages a lot more than they check their emails, as an example. So it's important that having text as part of your marketing strategy is where it's at, and that is all included with PhotoDay. And when you bring everything online, things change a little bit. So what I want to show you now is the customer experience. This is the experience from your customer's point of view. And it's important to note for anyone here that's joining us that's brand new to the system, that PhotoDay has replaced prepay. So prepay, traditionally, when you sell a package or something, you pre-commit to that package purchase upfront. That does not translate in the PhotoDay world. We didn't think it made much sense, because we thought that would potentially cap your sales. So what we developed at PhotoDay is a system we call advance pay. And advance pay is like selling a gift card that it's optional for you to incentivize that gift card sale with some kind of offer that you can create in the storefront. That advance pay sale, selling them that set amount in a gift card, maybe even a smaller amount than what your average would be, directly ties them to the gallery, and it gives them skin in the game to order from you once they see photos online. And now they can see more photos and order more. So in this video, you're going to see an example of what it's like from the customer's point of view when there's advance pay presented to them in the gallery, and how they go all the way through checkout. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video for you guys. Give me 1 second. Here we go.
Here's a quick run through the ordering process for parents. This is assuming the gallery they're subscribing to is taking advantage of advance pay, which allows parents to purchase credit that goes toward their final orders while they wait for their photos to become available. Parents text your gallery's access code to our PhotoDay shortcode of 90738. In return, they'll get a link which allows them to purchase an advance pay credit. Once the parent selects an amount they'd like to purchase, they fill out their name and phone number. They'll be asked to verify their phone number by receiving a verification code via text, which they'll enter on the checkout screen. PhotoDay accounts are tied to phone numbers. This is how we'll know to apply the credit to their eventual purchase. Once the customer has filled out their payment information, they just hit Place Order, and their credit is officially purchased. Once you make your photos available to order, the parent will receive an update via text letting them know that they can now make their purchases. This text will contain a link that takes them directly to your gallery, which will prompt them with choices regarding how they wish to locate their photos. They can use our facial recognition technology Face Find, search by tags, or just browse the entire gallery. You can also limit what options appear here. In this example, our parent will use Face Find since it will be the quickest way for them to find their photos. They'll be prompted to take a photo of the subject they're looking for, or upload an existing photo. Face Find will then match that reference photo with any photo in the gallery that contains that face. Parents can then choose which photos they'd like to order by selecting one, and then hitting the Shop Now button. This will bring them to your storefront where they can select from any packages or a la carte items you've set up with your price sheets. In this example, our parent will select a package that contains 2 prints, a digital download, and a memory mate. Crops can be easily adjusted on the prints, and at any point, an image on a product can be swapped out via the Change Image button. Customizable items such as memory mates will prompt our parent with theme and text options before adding them to the cart. Once all options are selected, our parent will be able to fill out their address and preferred shipping method on the checkout screen. Since they previously purchased a credit under this account, it'll automatically apply to their order total at the bottom. On this screen is where they can enter any additional coupon codes you might have promoted with your gallery. They'll automatically apply to the order total as well. Once the parent is happy with their order, they tap the Place Order button, and they're all set. Their order will be shipped right to their door as soon as it's processed by the lab.
All right, guys, give me a minute to get set back up. I just got to get my slideshow back to where I was here. All right, there I am. All right, cool. So that is the parent experience. And there's a couple cool things about that we're going to go through. But in that example, that job was set up as a group gallery, which means that you can give parents different search options to choose from to find their own photos. Because one of the cool things about PhotoDay is no image cataloging. So you don't have to write down image numbers. You're not tied to one image number per order form anymore in our system. So what does that really mean? And what are you really selling when you move your business online? That means now you're selling images first. So in traditional order forms, you're selling, packages that have lots of products in them that you're trying to really show and get them to order the next biggest package because it looks like they're getting a lot of stuff for less money, right? That kind of works a little bit when you're setting up price sheets in PhotoDay in this online world, but what you really are selling is your image quality first, because if you don't have great images, then they're never going to convert and check out to sales. So it's important that you're really focused on the images during picture day, and we allow you to do that by giving you more time and taking away all of that order form that has so many different purposes now. Now they're just texting a code, connecting to the gallery, and you're creating as many images as you have time for with those individuals as you go along on picture day. So the more variety, the more images you have, the more inventory you have, the more inventory you have, the more things you have to sell, and the more things you have to sell, the higher your sales are going to be, right? So that's how it works with PhotoDay. So let's talk about the customer experience, because not all customer experiences are created equal. So one of the things we really take pride in at PhotoDay is the customer experience and giving them what they want. So the expected convenience of just being able to get a text message to remind them to come back to the gallery and finish their purchase, or to order as the minute you publish a gallery live. That convenience really hits home with parents today, especially in the world of Amazon. That's why we shop Amazon, because it is so convenient and we are so connected to what we're purchasing. We allow them to customize their own products. So in PhotoDay, you set up the price sheet, you set up the pricing for those products and packages that you're selling. And then different labs have different themes. So they're able to, and you can select the themes that are displayed in the gallery. So they might like one memory mate design, another person might like a different memory mate design. You can offer multiple designs for those specific sports or themes in PhotoDay in the galleries, so they can customize and put names on products how they want their name to appear, or type in those fields exactly how they want it to appear. So also they like the control. They like seeing the images before they actually purchase. And then that's where it really comes in to step up the game and take those great images, create those beautiful images, because it gives them more to purchase from, and bigger package sales. And then the flexibility the system provides. There is no more one number on each order form anymore that you have to track all the way through. So being able to offer multiple poses, but not just multiple poses here, it could be multiple expressions, especially when it comes to like sports photography, and you have these little kids and they want to look tough and have their game face on, and then they want smile for mom. So just those multiple expressions, even that take a half a second to get them to do, is going to result in much larger sales. So Dave has a question: how do I do my own products? Oh, how to do it in PhotoDay. So if you're doing extractions for custom backgrounds and things like that, that has to be done upfront. So as of right now, in today's PhotoDay world, the final images have to be uploaded. So we are working on some green screen stuff for the future as we go along, but and also the ability for you guys to add your own custom themes, but that's not quite there yet. So right now you have to pick from the lab themes, and you can use an alternative software like Pixnub, something that's less expensive and more automated to knock those out and get those composited for you. A lot of our users are enjoying Pixnub right now because it does automate a lot of that, and then they can just upload the images of PhotoDay for sale. So I hope that helps and answers your question, Dave. And then also speed, direct delivery. So when you're going in to pitch these organizations about PhotoDay, I know when I used to sell for sports and schools and stuff, it was all about turnaround time. That was one of our key selling points. Well, now the customers get their orders just as fast as they order them. So that turnaround time is no question anymore, because as soon as they're placing orders, the order is going right to the lab, and then it's going right back out to your customer. So there's no like stopping in between there to process all those orders and then get them back out and deliver them. So now it's super fast and automated for you guys. So why we created PhotoDay? Why did we get ourselves into this to begin with? Well, a lot of it was a lot of studio tours, seeing what people were doing and identifying all those pain points and figuring out how our team could use the latest and greatest in technology to make life easier, right? So we wanted to eliminate that sales friction. It was absolutely mind-blowing to write down every single step from point A to point B when it comes to delivering an 8x10 to a parent. So, I mean, I think we wrote down all these steps, like 67 different steps. And we're like, okay, if we did this, 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 and this, we can cut it by 2/3 and get rid of all these steps to get that 8x10 back into the hands of the parent. So eliminating that sales friction by eliminating that order form, that envelope, that manual process. By doing that, we're lowering costs. We thought that was a great way to, allow you guys to expand or grow faster without implementing even more costs, more labor costs, more overhead, things like that. Also, we wanted to bring Picture Day directly to the parents. Like, you're already dealing with by way of organizations to get to those parents, but then, you kind of lose connection in the traditional method. You're blasting out, you're there on Picture Day, but you're not really connected to each parent, which then hurts our overall sales or our value as volume photographers. So we wanted to build a system that allows you to connect directly with the parents, to get your name, your branding, your product, everything out there, your images. So, and then we wanted to be able for you to provide you with actionable insights. What that means is if you send out some marketing flyers through PhotoDay and the league hasn't dispersed them yet, you can see that in our insights if people are visiting, if they're clicking the link, if they're making advanced pay purchases, so you can quickly see, and then you can quickly correct if your information did not get passed out. So there's no way to do that in the paper forms today, right? You drop them off and you show up on Picture Day, or like nobody has forms. Well, apparently they didn't get passed out. So we can see that in PhotoDay now. And then cut out all that busy work, those piles of paperwork. And I think for me, when I was where you guys were out working in a high volume studio, it was all those miscellaneous, it's really good when you first start out in the season, you got your first weekend and you got it down pat and you're like, I'm going to do this workflow better this time and it's going to be great. And then you get 2, 3, 4 weeks into the season and there's been rainouts or uniforms weren't delivered, or, the Picture Days have been rescheduled for whatever reason. And then these orders and these, the schedule gets jammed up, miscellaneous orders start flowing in from previous jobs. And then all of a sudden our workflow gets so convoluted by the end of the season, we're just like ready for summer. And so right now, to cut out all that busy work so the orders just come in and they flow automatically through PhotoDay to the lab and back to your customer. And then that allows you to earn more money all year round because you're now connected with all those customers. And then you can use our really cool promo feature, which I'll show you guys, to market to them for second sale year round during major holidays, and run some specials for those second orders or additional forgotten orders or anything like that. So that's why we created it. So I am going to show you guys some exciting things right now. These are some results. So I took 3 jobs here that I want to show you guys results from and talk a little bit about the marketing strategies that were used for each one of these. So this is a spring baseball youth league that the studio had been photographing for, I think, almost a decade. And I'm going to turn my camera off so you can see this at the bottom here. But in this job here, they had 405 subject opt-in. So what that means is that there were 405 unique individuals that text the access code to our short code 90738. So on picture day, he had banners and posters up, and even in advance of picture day, he had made a video and said, everyone text this code to 90738, make your advance pay purchase, and get notifications about picture day. So 405 people did that. It resulted in 294 orders. So the order rate right here was at 73%. One thing to note here, that how things change a little bit, the dynamics, is that in paper form, you're like one-to-one, one kid on one form, one kid on one form. In PhotoDay, if parents have multiple kids in that same rec league or in that same organization, school, whatever you're doing, they can combine onto one order. So that's going to look a little different on this end. And also the mom can opt in and dad can opt in, but only one sale can be made. So that sways the numbers just a little bit too. So just giving you guys things to look at from a different perspective. And then the advanced pay sales. So this studio sold up until picture day and during picture day until he published the gallery. They were still able to text that code and make an advance pay purchase. Now, if they made an advance pay purchase of $35, then they got free shipping on orders 35 or more. We automatically knew they were going to spend 35 bucks towards a package or print purchase. So they got a coupon code for free shipping on orders of 35 or more by making that purchase. So that incentivized them to put skin in the game and commit early. So that was $8,300 in advance pay sales. And then on top of that, there was another $8,000 in order sales. Once that was converted, for a total of almost $16,500 in total sales. But the really cool thing about this is the 5137 AOV, which, going from, traditional paper forms to online, that is the exciting thing we want to focus on, is that you're able to sell more online. So the second part, in getting people to convert, and Al, I'm going to answer your question right now, but getting people to convert to sale very quickly has always been a challenge when moving online. And that's part of your overall marketing strategy that you're going to do. So the first 48 hours that this gallery was on sale, this studio actually duplicated a price sheet and added a social sharing download to each package. It's just a low-res file that they can share and text their relatives and share on social media. It's like 600 pixels wide by whatever height. There's no print release with it or anything like that. It's just meant for social sharing. So he added that to the package, but then he switched out price sheets after 48 hours. And that was gone. So that deal, that free little freebie thing, only was available if they converted the sale. So on picture day, he advertised that. And when he published the gallery, he coordinated with us, and you can do the same thing in our PhotoDay chat bubble, and you can coordinate with us, and we can send a follow-up text once you publish that says, hey, order the next 48 hours to get that free social download in each package. So that's a really cool way to get them to convert the sale. And also it prevents screenshots, because now they're not screenshotting, they're getting that image for free anyway with the package purchase. The other thing that we did on this gallery, this was a fundraiser. So he was giving a commission back of total sales back to the organization. So we tied that in and used it to our advantage with the marketing strategy. So after this gallery was on sale for 3 weeks, we wanted to be able to write a check and he wanted to give the league their commission check, right? So after 3 weeks, there was a countdown to the end of the fundraiser text series. There was a series of 3 texts that went out over 7 days, just counting down to hurry up and finish, make your purchases. to participate in the Picture Day fundraiser. And then after 5 weeks, we just wanted to stop the gallery altogether. So instead of expiring the gallery and just stopping sales altogether, we expired the best pricing. So basically created another order form, or another price sheet, just inflated the prices a little bit and swapped it out to the higher pricing after that text series deployed. So there's a couple strategies involved here to get these results. But the cool thing is that this studio went out to Picture Day, executed, post-processed the images, uploaded it, released the gallery. There was no lab submissions here. There was not a lot of work. There was just a simple message in the chat bubble, say, hey, let's get this strategy going. And we executed it for him with the technology that we have at PhotoDay for texting. So it made it really, really simple on the studio. They just sat back and watched us come in. So Lisa, yes, there is an example of the video that he created. And Wes, if you want to find that for me while we're going along here and post it in the channel, I think it's on the Smacks YouTube channel for Hobgood Baseball. If you want to check that out. So, all right, cool. So let's talk about these results. This is a military ball. So I wanted to show you guys different types of events and how studios use them in PhotoDay. So this military ball was done last fall, I think. And then that one used to be a print on site event. So this studio did not want to lug out printers and mess with computers and do the whole print on site thing. She wanted to run it a little bit leaner this time around. So she decided to just do it with PhotoDay. So she brought half the staff out with her and none of the equipment that she's used to doing for print on site. So on the military ball, job here, instead of having just one green screen setup, she did one green setup and then she did one out on the balcony with natural photos because, oh, thanks for that, Wes, because she was, not printing on site and she was just going to create the more images for higher sales, which ended up happening. She did about $2,000 over in sales than the previous year. So the $25 advance pay credits were sold at kind of last minute, but it was the same strategy as we just talked about on the youth league before this one, where if they bought the $25 credit during the event, then they would get free shipping off orders $25 or more. And then also the first 48 hours the gallery was published, the customers received a free social sharing download with each package purchase. So that was the same strategy as what we used before. But as you can see here, getting rid of the print on site, getting rid of that whole stress of what if equipment failures, you run out, all that stuff, and not capping sales here by doing it completely online, just focusing on the photography proved to be very worthwhile for this event. So Al, good question. In the team example, how many sales were made after the initial push, like for holiday gifts? Okay, so that results that I showed you, just real quick, guys, these results is, this is a end of 5 weeks. So this is 6 weeks of results. Now, since then, when we pulled this slide back then and put these numbers together, there probably has been some more sales floating in. I haven't checked it recently. Sometimes they go out. I know he most likely did the Black Friday, Cyber Monday promo and got some more. But that's a good point, Al. Maybe I'll update this just to see historically in a whole year's time frame where that league actually went. So I don't have that answer today. Okay, so we'll go past military ball, and this is the last results I want to show you before we get into the studio panel. But this is a dance school, and the reason that I like to show this is because this studio decided to get really creative and do this on site. So she actually photographed a dance school over a Saturday and a Sunday from 9 to 5 and had staff there that would take the cards, dump them onto a workstation, post-process them in Lightroom, and upload them to the PhotoDay gallery, all while the parents were outside the room on tablets placing their orders. So they were face binding or using the tag folders, and I'll show you guys what that means here shortly, and then placing their orders right there on site. So what is it for anyone here that has done dance before? And we used to do a ton of dance studios at the studio that I worked for. One of the most painful things was sorting through everything after it all came back, all the different costumes, trying to marry it all together. We tried QR codes, we tried everything. But the post-processing was so painful to get to those average order values, right? The higher order values that dance brings with all those different costume changes and poses. Well, this studio left on Sunday night and she had almost $18,000 in sales, and those orders were already submitted at the lab being printed and delivered that following week. The other 2,000 in sales came from these opt-ins. People ordered later, but she didn't have a lot of people texting the code because she was doing on-site ordering. But she was really happy with these results. She had 215 total orders for an AOV of $94. So that was a really cool strategy. And I just wanted to show you guys some of the capabilities that PhotoDay can do for you. So with that all said, I'm going to show you guys the studio panel. So I'm going to share my screen here. And hopefully you guys can see my screen. You guys see it? I go back out to my home. I started in my store. But so this is the studio panel. This is my demo account. The numbers aren't super exciting. I just order some stuff here and there through my own account. But this is what it looks like every time you log in. So when you're active in PhotoDay, our users live in this video panel because they're constantly checking their sales, the orders coming in, everything like that. It becomes like almost like a lifeline. It gets really exciting to reference constantly. But one of the coolest things about logging into the studio panel homepage here is this chat bubble. So we have an awesome customer success team, and some of you guys might already have met Steph and Stevie, but they're in here to help you all the time. Right here, and you can start spark up a new conversation with them and ask if you get stuck or if you just want to say hi. We're always here to help you guys in the bubble as well. And we have a whole knowledge base too of different support articles that you can search through as well. So over here, you have your sales rolling in as we discussed, with credit sales and order sales separated. You'll have your jobs, and they're listed in chronological order from the ones that are upcoming appearing at the top. And the same thing with orders here. And if the orders have an advanced pay credit applied, you'll see a little asterisk over here so you can see if advanced pay has been applied to those orders. And then as we go down, we have all these awesome helpful webinars and different things that you guys can reference to help get set up and started. We have a sales kit here. This is really exciting. So if you wanted to try PhotoDay and you wanted to try it at no risk to your business, you can use this sales kit to book new organizations. Maybe go after one of those organizations you haven't, or those schools you haven't been able to get into, with a whole new process and really wow them. We have some really cool videos you can download here. You can make them your own. You could do like an intro and an outro and send it off to your contacts. There's a sell sheet in here. This is available in a PDF or also a Photoshop file in layers. So you can brand this for your company, but it has our key selling points here just to help you get started. And then there's, of course, there's a how-to video for anyone that wants to see the entire process from start to finish. And you guys can download and use these however you'd like. Now we also have a marketing kit, and this is like your digital playbook. This is everything that you need to know, everything that you need to spread the word about Picture Day with PhotoDay. So we took the hard part out for you guys and created these posters and banners. These are all Photoshop files as well, so you can download and rebrand them and make them look like they're for you. But you know, all the things in red here are things that you can change and edit, and then but these are all in layers for you guys. So there's banners, there's social media graphics, everything that you need. This is a complete toolkit for moving business online is going to be in here for you guys. So I'm going to come back out to the homepage and show you a couple different things. So at the top, we have our main store. We have where all, stores anything related to sales. This is like your price sheet, the advanced pay credit sheet, and the discounts and stuff. We have jobs, organizations, which is just like a little mini CRM for you guys. And then your main reports. This is for sales tax reporting. So in the world of PhotoDay, I'm going to show, I'll get into taxes here in a second. I won't talk about it right now, but we help you with making sure that you're collecting the appropriate tax so you can remit the appropriate tax to Uncle Sam in a very easy way in this e-commerce world. So I'm going to come over here to settings because that's kind of where you initially start over here in your main studio setup. This information is going to be your information here when you sign up, and then your physical address for your studio will be down here. Now, some of our partner labs will put your address on the return label. Some of them put a generic PO box for their fulfillment center there. So it really depends on which partner lab you are with, how that actually works. But the important thing about the physical address here is that we're using this information to determine your nexus for taxes. So we're going to assume this is where you do business. So the taxes are determined between this address and the address of the customer purchasing from you and which products they're purchasing. So if you are in multiple states, you will come down here to the tax section and you will add additional tax nexuses here. So we can collect that appropriate tax for you so you can remit that to Uncle Sam. So partner labs, these are our current partner labs. We have Bay, Black River Imaging, Group Photographers Association, Miller's, Reedy Photo, and White House. Soon to be Richmond Pro Labs as well will be added here in the very near future. But all of our partner labs are amazing. They all have different products available in PhotoDay and different themes, an extensive catalog for you guys to create price sheets and sell your heart out there. So they have plenty of awesome stuff for you guys to choose from for volume photography. And then payment, this is super important because this is how you guys get paid. So our payment processor is Stripe. So you'll need to come in here and set up a quick Stripe account and connect it. It's just, you know, it's a one-page form. You put your bank information in there. So we can connect to your Stripe account and transfer your profits and any applicable sales tax and deposit it to your Stripe account. And then you set that frequency to deposit to your bank account. Now, all payments are instant. We don't hold money at all. So as fast as they pay and Stripe processes, everyone gets paid. So you no longer pay a lab bill with PhotoDay. We are deeply integrated with our partner labs. So when customer places their order, everyone gets paid. The lab gets paid, you get paid, we collect sales tax off that amount, everyone gets paid. So it makes it so much easier. There's no reason to like process all those things and rip open hundreds of envelopes and figure it all out, right? It's all verified, all paid for, all at the lab. Excited you did it too, Lisa, thanks. All right, cool. And then over here, the logo and the watermark section. So we're trying to pull your branding through as much as possible here. So you can add a logo here. I just have our PhotoDay logo there as an example, but you can add your studio logo here. It's going to be on the advance pay gift cards when they're shopping. It's going to look like they're buying a gift card from your studio. It's also going to be on our marketing flyers, which are also an HTML page that can be sent out to the organization. So it'll appear there as well. So you want to make sure you upload your logo here. And then watermark. We keep a default one in here that just purchases photo to remove watermark. Now let's talk about screenshots because this is always a sensitive subject when moving online. So PhotoDay has a couple different components. We have obviously the studio panel that I'm showing you. We also have a web store, a mobile web store, and we also have native apps that they can shop in for both iOS, Apple, and Android. So if they are shopping in the apps, the technology is there. We can block the screenshots. They can't screenshot in the app at all, just returns a white screen. Totally blocks them. However, if they're on mobile web or desktop web and they did not download the app, there's still ways to get around screenshots. Of course, we have everything else built in, like right-click disabled, things like that. So you'll want to make sure you're protecting your images with the watermark. But also, if you get that advance pay up front, guys, they're not, I mean, they might screenshot the share, but they're still going to have money, skin in the game to apply towards a purchase. So make sure you're fully utilizing advance pay to help protect that. So let's see over here. And then users. So under users here, we have 3 different gallery types in PhotoDay, but this is for PhotoDay Capture, which is another component of PhotoDay. PhotoDay Capture replaces barcodes and QR codes and allows you guys to do private galleries in a job. So each student, let's just say in an elementary school or a preschool, for example, will each have their own individual code. Instead of barcodes, instead of QR codes, we've developed what we call PhotoDay Capture, and that's available for both Android and Apple. and you guys can download and play with Capture, but that's basically replacing the barcode or QR code with a picture of a face. So if you can imagine how awesome that is for when you're doing buddy shots and class photos and sibling photos and things like that, it's using that face to sort all your images into the appropriate access codes, which I'll talk more about that when we go into the job settings here. So you can have multiple capture stations. We do not charge for this. You can just invite different users by emails, and they can use a tablet or their phone to run the Capture app and do that data image association on site. So I'm going to come back out here to home. I'm going to show you guys all about the store, because this is where the money happens, right? So store, this is another shortcut over to payment settings. We have the price sheets over here, which is our next step here is price sheets. So I'm going to create a new price sheet because I just want to show you guys how simple it is to create a price sheet for a job. So this one, I'm just going to call it NHS cheer and spring 2020. There we go. And then I'm going to connect it. Now, once you connect to a lab, you can connect, you can create a price sheet for any one of those labs. So, and then you can have one price sheet assigned to a job. So essentially you can connect to all the labs if you wanted to. You can connect to your favorite labs depending on what products they offer. Here, I'm just going to connect. I'm just going to leave it defaulted here to White House. And then this is a starting point for you. It's like a little cheat sheet to make sure you make sure everything you add to your price sheet is marked up. So I'm just going to mark everything up. I add 100%. I can change the price later on this stuff. So very simple interface in here. Now we're inside the price sheet module. I'm going to come over here and make a package. But, oh, before that, I want to show you guys shipping rates. So each lab has different shipping rates and methods. They are flat rate shipping. It doesn't depend, it doesn't matter how much they order or how little they order. So this is White House. I'm showing you guys as an example. Here are their shipping rates. So the actual lab costs determine the shipping rate. So if the actual lab cost on that person's order is up to, $9.99, these are the shipping rates that your customer is going to pay. So $4.95 for ground. It's going to estimate delivery time, and your customer can choose to upgrade shipping if they want it faster and just pay White House directly for these shipping rates. You don't mark these up. These are directly sold by the lab, and they pay directly. Now, you can comp shipping. When you do free shipping, this amount is deducted from your profit and paid to the lab. So hopefully that makes sense. And then it's pretty cool with White House, and a couple of the other labs do this, but if they order more, so the larger packages, so if there's more than $10 in lab product in that package, shipping is actually less, which is really cool if you're doing a strategy for free shipping on a larger order amount, so it doesn't cost you as much money to do that type of promotion. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys. I'm going to go in here and create a package. Now, package names. This is super important. So package names are no longer package A, B, C, D, or package 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't name them that. Or if I see that, I'm going to message you guys and be like, why'd you name your packages that way? The package name, that doesn't matter. There's no more data entry. There's no more alphanumeric stuff going on. So here you want to name packages because it's going to be displayed to the customer like what it's for. So this one's going to be a large family pack. And then in the package description, when you add products, PhotoDay automatically displays what products are in that package. So you don't have to write that all out here. Instead, use this for savings, marketing lingo, ordering this package, mix. You can do mix and match poses. Anything you want to say to the parent, they're going to see this while they're shopping for their packages. And then you'll be brought into, this is the lab's catalog directly connected to PhotoDay. It's sectioned here. Your customers see this and it's sectioned off in the same way in the a la carte section actually. And then you can build out your packages. So I'm just going to build a real simple basic package here. I'm going to put a memory made in here so you can see how that works. And then I'll also put an 8x10 and maybe a couple 5x7s. I'm putting my 5x7s on different lines because I want them to be able to pick a different pose for each one of these. If I didn't want that to happen, I would just make this a pack of 4 5x7s, and that's the same pose on all 4 5x7s. But maybe I'll just make 2 packs of 2 so you can see how that looks. I'll throw some 3.5x5s in there, and then say maybe I want to add a button. in that package. And then I can price this accordingly, however I want. You'll see the markup, you'll see the base cost. This is the cost of all the lab items for you. So you'll see your markup, that's your profit. That's obviously before tax, before shipping, and then before the PhotoDay fee. So when you come out of here, you will see the PhotoDay fee. We are 10% of your retail price. That's how much it costs, and we'll go over more about fees at the end. And then you'll see the cost from the lab. So you'll see all that here. We're trying to be real transparent about you. And that is a great question, Kelly. Have you ever, or have you had any resistance about face recognition? Curious to how parents are responding. Most people are not resisting. I mean, a lot of people are using FaceFind. A lot of people like it. You will have people that just don't understand, and they might be a little resistant. So I always suggest that you give them more than just FaceFind to search with, just to satisfy that very small percentage of people. So tags and FaceFind, or view all photos if it's a smaller gallery, and FaceFind. But you want to narrow the data set so when they're searching for their images, they can find. But we also have our privacy policy, our biometrics policy. Everything is here, and it's also available in the store front facing the customers for them to see that information as well. But the honest truth is, if they've gone to a theme park lately, or even a major airport, they've already run their face through face recognition at some point. That data is there somewhere, or if they've uploaded pictures to Facebook even. So it's just a matter of educating the customer at this point, but it's becoming more and more common as computer vision is entering our lives as consumers. So let's go over to create one more package, because I want to show you guys what this looks like for digital packs. So you can do a pack of 2 downloads, and then you can put here, save $5. I can't type. Save $5 on each download. And then these, so download packs are really common too, especially among younger parents. You can mix digital in with print stuff. You can do this any combination you want. For the high-res downloads, I'm going to go ahead and add 2 high-res downloads in here. They do come with a print release, not a copyright release, just a print release, so they can print those. And then you can price them accordingly, however much you want to sell downloads for. We have a whole nother webinar about selling downloads and why they're important that you guys might want to tackle at some point before the season, especially if you've never sold downloads before, because there is a correct way to sell them and there's an incorrect way to sell them. So I highly suggest that downloads webinar. And then over here, you can just build out your a la carte section. So you can grab products. I'm just going to grab a couple from here so you can see what that looks like. Here, let me add products over here. And then you can sell the 3x5s in packs, the smaller stuff in packs of 2 if you wanted to. We don't really need a 5x5. You can sell your smaller bag tags and buttons in packs of 2, but that'll really help. Thank you, Wes, for throwing up that link. And then once I add that to my price sheet, it's going to automatically mark everything up 100%. Those were the settings we put in this price sheet, but then you can go along in here and change the price however you want to change the price. So hopefully that makes sense. All right. So now that I have that done, I'm going to come back out here to my store. That's price sheets. So hopefully that answers your questions on price sheets. And then over here under, let's go to, let me go back out the store so I can show you guys this in order. So we have offers and we have advanced pay. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit about offers. Here we have discounts, and then we have free shipping. So there's a couple parameters that I want to show you guys when creating discounts and offers. So over here, I'm going to make this offer name. This is for my spring offers. And just, that's a note to you. Nobody else sees this but you. The offer code here, you can make spring. We'll just put spring 10. And then this can be a percentage off. Oops, not 410%. But there's a couple other parameters in here I wanted to show you guys. So over here, there's a minimum order dollar amount. So the minimum order here, you can set that in order for them to get 10% off, they need to spend at least $40 for that coupon code to apply. You can set an expiration date for that. So if you're just running this promotion on all your galleries for the spring, you can expire that sometime in the summer if you want. And then max redemptions, this is the amount of times an offer code can actually be used or redeemed. So if you're doing like some kind of like special for a helper and you want to give them a deep discount, like 50% off an order, but you want to make sure they don't share the code, you can do that and make the max redemption set at 1, so only they can use it. For unlimited, you would just leave blank. And then you can offer free shipping on top of any discount, or you can create just a free shipping offer. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply that offer, save that offer out so you can see what that looks like. And then you're going to come over here. I'm going to show you about advanced pay. So advanced pay, you can create different credits. So this is going to be my spring credit sheet. You can have and sell up to 4 different gift card amounts on your advanced pay credit sheet that gets attached to a job. So over here, I'm just going to do, this job's really easy. I'm just going to do a $25 credit. And then you can just put, like, if you wanted to require, you can just say required per person or whatever you want to write here for a description to let customers know what they can use that credit for. So you can sell up to 4 at a time. But other than that, like the credit sheet here, I would not use it. And this is one mistake I see a lot, so I'll bring it up now. Do not try to match credits to packages because it doesn't include shipping, it doesn't include sales tax, and people get really confused with that. So use it as a strategy to get skin in the game, whether you're doing compositing, say, and you want to collect a $10 payment from each person before you do all of that work, or if you're using it for a dance school and you're doing a per costume fee, use it for something like that versus trying to match package sales because it gets really confusing for the consumer. And then we have promos. That was the other cool thing we talked about. So selling year round. Once you have all those people opted into the galleries and you've collected from them, you can market to them later. So we have some promos that are coming up here shortly. We have St. Patty's Day and we have Tax Day, but we have a full calendar year of promos, including that Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale, and Wes will post a blog for the promos so you guys can read more about those post sales. But second sales are really easy because once you do this, you have a list of all your jobs, you throw it into the promo, you attach an offer to it, and then you set it and forget it. It's like a crock pot. And then on this day, at this time, the promo is going to be released to all those galleries of people who have opted in to receive those types of communications from you. So it makes it super, super easy for you guys on second sale. So now we're going to get in, thanks for that, Wes. So now we're going to get into setting up a job. So, oh, John, great question. Should we have an AP credit to match one of our offers? If we wanted to offer buy 30, get 10% off, should we list only a $30 AP offer? I would say yes, especially in your case, if you're using this for like a rec organization or a youth organization, I would definitely just have one credit, make it simple, tie the offer that you want to incentivize directly to that credit, and just make it very easy and cut and dry for parents to understand. So I would say that would be a great strategy there to go ahead and do. So let's talk about getting your job set up. So job name, this is for your reference, and it also appears in the text. So this is NHS Cheer 2020. And the organization, I'm just gonna select Knightsville High School. I'm gonna say this is youth sports, and my picture date is Saturday. You can estimate the number of individuals being photographed here. And then once I go in here, this is my job dashboard. So it takes you into the job dashboard. There's just 4 things you need to do to get set up and selling. But I'm gonna show you guys how fast you can be ready to go. So if you like book something last minute and you don't have time to scramble to put forms together and all that stuff, it's a very easy process with PhotoDay to get it up and going. So you have 3 different gallery types here. Private galleries work hand in hand with capture, or you can use another capture solution even with private galleries now. We're gonna do a whole nother webinar on that at a later date. But if you wanna use PhotoDay capture, if you wanna use data from a previous job for this season's data and the individual passcodes, you can do that in PhotoDay under private galleries. Today, for just demo purposes, I'm gonna set up a public gallery. The main difference between these 2 galleries is that in the group gallery, they have to have that special access code to get in. There's no direct URL that takes them right into the gallery. Gives a little bit sense of security. And then the public gallery, that URL takes them right into the gallery. They don't have to click the link again. So great for public events. So I'm going to show you that just for sake of demo purposes so you guys can follow along with me. And here I'm just going to put NHS 2020 as my access code here. And then I'm not going to have an expiration date, and hopefully that access code's not used, and it's not. So if you guys want to follow along with me here on the gallery, you can text this code NHS 2020, and I'm going to put it here. Text NHS 2020 to 90738, which is our short code. So if you guys want to follow along and see how communications work, right now this gallery is in draft status, which means if you text that code, you'll just get a text back saying you've opted in, and we're gonna notify you when the gallery is ready to go. So if you text that now, you can see how that works. In the meantime, I'm going to get this gallery set up and ready to go on advanced pay. So I'm going to attach my credit sheet that I made to this. I'm going to incentivize my advanced pay with that offer, that 10% off of 40 or more. So anyone that makes that credit purchase will get that offer. The customer data here, you can require them to add the name of the person being photographed when they purchase their advanced pay credit. So there's different use cases here you can go with, like that's for like dance costumes or like a session fee or something like that. And when you want to check off and have all those names available for you after they make their purchase. And then if you obviously want them to preview your price sheet as they're looking at advanced pay credits, you can do that as well. So right now I'm just going to leave that off because we didn't attach that yet. And then, so now my gallery is ready to go. It's in advanced pay mode. I want to spread the word and get people opting in and making their advanced pay purchases. I showed you the market resource section, but what's over here that's pretty cool too is the PhotoDay flyers. So PhotoDay flyers are spawned. They're inside of that jobs dashboard. And you can go in here and AP spring flyer for this job. This is for your reference only. Nobody sees this flyer name but you. And this gallery is in advanced pay, and it creates a flyer with all the instructions and information on, and this will be your logo with your information. It has the special offer on there that they get if they make an advanced pay credit purchase, has everything. And then you can put a picture up here if you wanted to, or you can leave it blank. So once you create that flyer and you save it, I'm going to show you what the web URL looks like of that flyer over here. But this link, so if your organization, if they have like a Remind app or anything like that, or they want to post it on their website or whatever they want to do to get the information, help you get the information out, instead of passing order forms, it would just be this link that they sent out with instructions here to get started and purchase their advanced pay credit. So and you can also print this flyer too, download an email, have a couple with you on hand in case there's nannies bringing the kids to the event and things like that, just to have information available. Now, I can check at any time under my insights if people actually got my information, which here you guys did. Some of you guys text the access code. I can see the insights here. These are the actionable insights that we were talking about earlier. And then I can see if people are making those advanced pay purchases over here. So you can see a little bit about that. Now, this gallery has, it's still in draft mode. I haven't switched it over to advanced pay yet, but now when I do that, anyone that has opted in before or now, if you opt in, you'll get a different text stating it's time to purchase the credit, get a special offer once they get in there. It looks a little bit different. So the way we change this gallery status, it affects the messaging going out to customers as they opt in and visit your gallery. It's all automated, so you guys don't have to worry about this. All right, so let's pretend we executed picture day. Everyone opted in on picture day, made advanced pay purchases, all of that good stuff. And now it's time to upload our photos. So I'm going to go ahead and upload some folders. You have a couple different ways to upload here. So on my desktop, I have a main folder that has 2 folders in it. that have both cheerleading and dance images in it and a group picture. So I'm going to upload 8 photos here. When you're uploading photos to PhotoDay, your options are, if you upload just photos and you had used like Lightroom and keywords to tag your images, those can be used as tags while you're uploading in PhotoDay. If you have a folder structure, like a main league folder, and then you have each folder of teams in it by team name, when you upload that folder, they will translate into tags. That just gives like it narrows the data set a little bit further for parents to shop from, but it makes it easier in the case they don't want to use FaceFind. So you give them a different way to search, and this is in the public gallery and group gallery are both the same. So here it uploaded my folders. You can see there's like 3 individuals of each and a group picture of each. It's running FaceFind. It's creating that face map. So then when mom uses FaceFind on the front end, it works really, really, really fast. You can tag once you're in here too if you didn't do it on a folder structure. So I could take these 2, click on, I can click on these 2 group images and I can create another tag if I wanted to and put groups, create the groups tag and update, and then it'll create another tag. This is really cool because these changes are live. So if somebody can't find their photos, if you forgot to do something and you go back in your gallery and fix this, fix price sheets, fix whatever, it is immediately fixed on the customer side. There's nothing, you're not worry about typos anymore or mistakes. It's just immediate, which makes managing it a lot easier. So this gallery is now ready to go on sale, and I'm going to go ahead and oh, I didn't assign a price sheet. It's going to tell me to assign my price sheet first. So I'm going to go over here, assign the price sheet that I set up so you guys can see that. I am going to pick the color red. That's how White House has their themes, and that price sheet was designed with White House. So depending on how your lab has their themes set up, will be how that displays. So I'm going to save that. And now I am able to publish. Got a little bit ahead of myself watching the clock go down. So now I'm going to be able to publish this, and I'm going to show you guys what that looks like on the customer side. So here's my PhotoDay. I'm going to enter my gallery code to get in. And I'm going to be presented with these search options. Oh, that's the one thing I forgot to show you guys. So if you wanted to turn off view all photos, which I always suggest on the larger galleries, and just leave tags and FaceFind on, you can do that under your job settings as well. You can just turn off all photos and save it, and then it won't appear on this gallery. I think I refresh my page and see if it'll work. See, now it's not there. They also have the ability to contact you at any time. So your email will appear here, and your phone number. So customers can always get to your information once they're inside of the gallery. For now, I'm just gonna go and look at these tags, and then they'll see their images. And then obviously the rest you guys already saw in that screen when we did that video up front. So that is the PhotoDay experience, guys, from start to finish. There's a lot more in here that, for different gallery types, especially with private galleries, that we can go over. And we go over in different webinars, but this is just a rough overview of what that all looks like that I wanted to show you today. Oops, let me bring my camera back up. And we're right about an hour. So let me come over and show you guys this. Turn off my screen share and stop slide presentation, start presentation, start. Oh, I promised you guys we'd talk about fees. So, okay. So here are the PhotoDay fees here. So it's totally free to sign up and get started with PhotoDay. We don't do any kind of monthly fees, any kind of storage fees, or anything like that. So here are the fees on PhotoDay, and I will address, I think it was Dave, it was your concern too when it comes to downloads. So PhotoDay is completely free to sign up. We do not make money until you guys make money. So we are completely tied to the success of you selling online successfully, which is great because it motivates us to do great things for you guys to keep you going in that direction. So we're 10% of sales before tax and before shipping. That is the PhotoDay fee. Now, in addition to that, Stripe has a payment processing fee. So that is the 2.9% plus 30 cents a transaction. Right now, we are only integrated with Stripe, so that's your only option as of today. I'm not going to say it's going to be forever that way. We get a lot of feedback there, but that's just how it is today. There's no lab bills because everyone's getting paid in that one customer transaction. And we're just going to talk about downloads for a minute because PhotoDay does charge for downloads. We charge 99 cents for the social share and $1.99 for the high-res download. Now, a good way to think about this is we make selling downloads super, super easy and very appealing to parents. So when they're in that cart, we put a fee associated with that for reasons that Wes had already mentioned, but it's also a very easy way to get in front and sell those downloads. Those downloads are high valued items. So you guys can sell those for more money than what you sell an 8x10 for, and people do value those. So I always suggest watching that downloads webinar to learn about the download strategies that PhotoDay offers before you jump into selling downloads, especially if you've never done it before. So right now, the use case for downloads is for volume photography in the PhotoDay system. Not going to say it's going to be forever either. There's things that always change as we go along and adopt more users and more use cases with PhotoDay. So I'm going to get rid of my little video here because here's where you sign up for PhotoDay. If you're not already a user, you can sign up here at photoday.io/signup. Sign up with any of the lab, add all labs if you want. It's up to you completely, just to see their products, pricing, to see how everyone does things differently. And yes, Al, that's totally possible. You can set up so you sell downloads in conjunction with prints. So you can add them to print packages together. You do not have to offer them a la carte. Actually, I personally always recommend selling them in a package, either by themselves in a package or also with prints, because they are very valuable and people do value downloads. So, and I see them all the time. I see all the orders coming through PhotoDay and they pay good money for them. So make sure you guys value those accordingly. And the other thing I wanted to tell you guys today is, once you sign up and get in here, we have an amazing Facebook users group. So if you're on Facebook, if you're not on Facebook, if you never go there, I always, always, always recommend joining our PhotoDay users group. There are so many users in there sharing ideas, what works, what doesn't work, what's selling, what's not selling. We even have a cool hashtag called PD100, and those are all the orders that are over $100 or more that are coming through PhotoDay, because now you're selling to this new level consumer that cares about those custom products and the images that you're creating. But sign up, join the Facebook users group, get real-time feedback from other users, not just us, on how you can adopt PhotoDay in your workflow. So we welcome everyone there. Thanks, Wes, for sharing that link. And thank you guys so much for tuning in today and listening to me present this for the last hour and 7 minutes. I hope you took away some valuable information. And if you want to continue to chat with me, that's totally fine. You can find me over in that support bubble as well. Or my email is, I'll type it in here, lisa@photoday.io. You can shoot me an email if you'd like, and we can connect and run ideas and see how we can implement PhotoDay into your studio, or things that we can do to help you that I may not have answered during this webinar today. So thank you so much. Thank you, Wes, for helping me with all those links and answering questions. I always love when you're here with me. So thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. And I wish you guys all a very successful spring season. And hopefully the coronavirus doesn't mess up our spring, right? So I'm gonna cross my fingers and say a prayer for that. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week and take care. Bye.